Okay, so first let's talk about the different lanes and analyze how the lanes go in early game and who we think will push. So we start with top lane. It's Renekton versus Wukong. Who do you think wins in early game and who do you think will push?
That's a tough question, to be honest. I literally never saw the Wukong matchup against Renekton. And like both got like buffed decent. So like I I don't know if there is like, I think like pre-6 it's Renekton. But I think after 6 Wukong is like the one who has prior.
Yep, and then we have jungle matchup. Who clears faster and who will win in a 1v1?
I think my wave clears, or like my big jungle clears faster than his. And in the 1-on-1, it depends. If he has passive, then I lose. And if not, then I can just kill him, I guess.
Yep. And mid lane, Katarina versus Talia.
I think that's Talia prior because she got the AoE update thing, so she has better wave clear than Kata.
And bot lane, Jinx Senna versus Ezreal Zona.
I think that's Jinx Senna prior because Senna has more range than Sona for like poking.
Okay. So for top lane, this matchup, we always look at summoner spells because some players play with Ignite, some play with TP, some plays with Ignite and TP and no flash. So Renekton has Flash Ghost, meaning he can play aggressive and defensive fairly easily. Wukong plays with Ignite, so no TPs on top lane. They are both bruisers, so they're not really easy to kill, but they're not difficult to kill compared to a tank. You against Pantheon, I agree, you clear faster than him, because Pantheon is not traditionally a jungler, and he doesn't have too many AoE abilities, meaning that he can't clear all the jungle camps.
He will probably rush Tiamat, right?
I don't think he'll rush Tiamat. I think he will just do free camp clear and just not play for Raptors.
Okay.
Unless if he plays with Smite and doesn't have anything else to do. But yeah. And mid lane, we are playing on patch 12.9. So I have not seen enough Talia to know how good the new Talia is. But from what I've seen is that the new Talia is weaker in the early game. Pre-level 9. And then at level 9, when she has 5 points in Q, she will be strong. So I'm not exactly sure how the matchup goes because this champion got reworked, but just because this champion is ranged, it will have prio in the early levels because this champion is melee, and this champion has less wave clear. So yeah, Talia will most likely have prio. In bot lane, you're saying that because Senna outranges Sona, that your bot lane will have prio, and this lane is a very passive lane because we have heal support here and we have heal support here. This champion just wants to poke, rarely wants to go in, and this champion basically just looks to scale. We have a very passive lane, so 2v2 fights are almost never gonna be resulting in a kill unless someone really messes up. But both junglers can fairly easily gank because these two are not mobile. The only thing that is annoying is E here and W here. For Pantheon W, and for you it's Ezreal E, so we can't really kill Ezreal easily, but we can kill Sona really easily because he's immobile. Yeah. So in terms of how we should be pathing, where would you start this game? You are playing blue side, and how would you path?
So the thing is, I think I have like two options to do. I could gank top lane because Wukong will like play aggressive because of ignite, and so the safe way that will like 100% work is like gank top lane and start bot lane on blue. Do like five clear, like 5 camp clear, do scuttle into gank or just gank into scuttle. Or I could start top lane and try to look for a kill on Zona bot lane. But I would go personally for the first one because it's safer.
Yeah, so when we take a look at the lanes that we can gank, this guy has W, so he can stun. This champion also has W that can counter if you place it properly. And if we take into account how this 2v2 will go, who do you think wins 2v2?
I think that they will win because just of ignite and Wukong can like counter W of Renekton.
So the reason why they win is because if Pantheon just presses W, this champion just presses EQ, and it's a lot of burst damage with ignite. This champion can also press W, but it has lower range than this, and you don't have isolation damage in a 2v2 if they play properly. So your idea of ganking top lane could be good, but you have to keep in mind this champion is early, right? So if this game goes very, very long, then we're not going to win by having this strategy. This will scale really, really hard. Same reason for Ezreal scaling. Zone also scales decently well, depending on her build. And this guy is also early game. So yes, you can play for top. Could most likely result in a kill. But in the case that the game goes late game, then if their bot lane wins, then we will not win by camping top lane.
Yeah.
And also the 2v2, right? So, but yes, it is optional. Other option would be you start on top and path towards bot, and you play towards killing the Sona. Again, could also work. And that way, in case that the game does go late game, then you still have a chance to win. So the safe option would be to play around bot lane. And if you want to kind of stomp the game and get ahead early, then it would be playing for Renekton. We put a ward down on his raptors, that's pretty good. Personally, I think in this situation better to put the ward on red buff, because I don't think Pantheon is going to do the raptors. Unless if he has smite and doesn't really have anything else to clear. Simply because that only his Q and E is AoE, and that's not enough to really kill the raptor camp that fast.
Yeah.
And we start on a red buff. So the first thing to take a look at now while we're doing red buff is where does the enemy jungler start. So we take a look at when do they path top, when do they path bot. And then as soon as you see them, then if they path at the same time, then you have to look with your camera and see did they tank any hits from blue or red buff, and did they use any mana. That's what we're paying attention to right now. Now we see Ezreal has shown. Path like this. Top laner still hasn't shown. Support still hasn't shown. So what I would do here, now top laner shows, Sona shows. Take a look and see if they used anything here and if they used anything here. Because right now, we don't know exactly where Pantheon started. So the only way that you can tell where he started is by taking a look at, did this guy use any mana? Did these use any mana? Otherwise, you cannot be guaranteed knowing where the enemy jungler started.
Yeah, that's I think one thing I didn't paid attention to.
And then another thing is that you could have avoided having to look with the camera by putting the word on red buff, right? Because if he starts on red, you see he's starting on red. If he doesn't start on red, that means that he starts here or potentially here, but most likely he just starts on his own blue.
Yeah.
Instead of warding the raptors. Warding raptors is fine against a champion that will actually clear the raptors. And it's especially good if you suspect the enemy starting on blue, because it will give you vision towards your top side. Then actually here as well we should mention, so now you're level 2, and you need to take your first decision because you're doing a 5 camp clear. You have to take the decision of, do you need level 3 fast? Or do you not need it fast? So in this situation, what do you think? Do you need level 3 fast, or do you not need level 3 fast?
It depends if I want to like do anything. Like if I want to gank, then I would need level 3 fast. But if I don't need it, it's probably like I personally think level 3 is just good for the scuttle fight. So I would like every time I would get level 3.
Yeah, but you will have level 3 for scuttle regardless. The question is, do you need level 3 fast in this situation, or do you not need it fast?
Not really, I think.
Yes. The reason why is because you can't gank top lane. Potentially you can gank mid. So that would be an argument. If you want to gank mid, then you need it fast. Or if you want to invade, you also need it fast. But we still don't know where enemy jungler started, so invading is risky. So if you had proper information and Pantheon started on bot, then we could have said, we're gonna do Grump, get level 3, invade him on red. But we don't have that, so we can't do that.
So we skip wolves and blue and then...
Yes. But in this situation, the only reason why you would get level 3 fast would be to gank mid lane.
And I will smite the Grump, right? If I get for fast level 3.
Yes.
Okay.
But in order to do that, you need to take a look at how is the wave looking. Is Katarina trading anything? How much HP does Talia have? Otherwise, you can't take this decision. But this decision has to be done when you step here. Then you need to figure out, am I gonna get level 3 fast and take the Grump and gank or invade? Or am I just gonna power farm?
Are there like always those two those two choices I can make? Like either way, gank mid or invade? If top is pushed, like in this case.
Well, if you want level 3 fast, it would be to either gank or invade. So if you can gank, in this situation, you can't gank top. So it's not to gank top lane that you want to get level 3 fast. It's to gank mid lane. Because that's the only gankable lane, due to the fact that the lane is somewhat even. I think it's slightly pushing towards Katarina. But again, we don't know because you're not looking with your camera. You're supposed to look up in top lane. You realize, okay, can't gank right now, don't need level 3. You look at mid lane, potentially I can gank mid. If you want to gank mid, get level 3 fast. If you proper either ward or use your camera to see if laners used mana and he started on bot and you're stronger, you can invade him on the red. So there are 3 options that you have for getting level 3 fast. Gank top lane, we can't do that. Invade enemy, we can't do that because we didn't check where he started. We didn't put proper trinket, we didn't use proper camera control on lanes to see who leashed. So we can't do that. Then the last option is gank mid, which in this situation we also can't guarantee tell because you're not using your camera control to look in mid lane. So this is a maybe. This is for fast level 3. If you don't need level 3 fast, then you just clear wolves, Grump, blue, then take the Scuttle Crab. and you decide to just power farm, so we don't need level 3 fast, is what you're basically playing towards. But you have to already look at the lanes.
I remember what happened there.
Already by now, you should have paid attention to top lane 2 times, mid lane at least once, and bot lane at least once. Level 1, you should have looked top and bot to see who leased. Level 2, after the Raptors, you should look mid and top lane to see if you need level 3 fast or not. And so far, we have paid attention 0 times to the lanes.
Okay, so I need to like look way more.
Yes. Then you see that your mid laner ended up dying. So, again, could we have prevented this from happening? Potentially.
Yeah, if I would go for the fast free, so if I would look and admit when I path to the wolves, then I could probably like prevent it.
Yes, or be able to at
happen.
least trade in this situation. Because Talia was
Yeah.
like 60% HP, which you can't burst if she's isolated.
It was like half HP, I think, when I looked.
Yeah.
And
So
yeah.
Panfin is here, so we know that now he started on bot. So now what you need to do is you need to press tab. And then you need to look at how much CS does he have.
Let's use, yeah.
So press tab, press tab, press tab. You do. You know he did 3 jungle camps. You saw that he did red.
Yeah, he had 12.
Blue. And then because he's level 3, you know that he either did Crux or he did Grump. In this situation, 90% guaranteed he did Grump.
Yeah.
Now you know which jungle camps are up. You know his Raptors are up, Crux are up, Wolves are up. So potentially these are jungle camps you could look to invade the Pantheon on from this point on, if you wanted to. But
It's
obviously there's no point.
also, yeah, like I have no vision on Talia. Also, my top laner is not on lane.
Mhm.
And so I like decided just to go for the reset by 2 longswords and then just re-clear the wave or the jungle.
And that's
Then,
fine,
yeah.
but you still need to get the habit of thinking. Because this is just one game where you can't do a whole lot, but in a different game you can. And if you then don't abuse the tempo, then you're not playing jungle properly. So we saw Pantheon enter into your bot side jungle. Maybe he was looking for your Raptors. There he is.
And like in this case, would you just roam bot lane and like leave your camps alone, or would you like just do the camps and then?
Depends. If you can do something, you should leave the camp. If you can't do anything, you should just keep on clearing. But in this situation,
So what I'm doing is I'm like clearing, like still clearing the the golems, but I'm like pathing to the direction of the fight.
yes, but that's irrelevant. You need to take the decision: do you fight or do you not fight? You can't say I'm gonna clear and kite the camps towards the fight. That's irrelevant. We need to take the decision: do we fight or do we not fight? But here you should see how Pantheon is moving. He just ganked mid. It's going like this. What are the options? Well, option is you could check your Raptors. They're gone. So what is he gonna do after that? Well, he could go to the Scuttle Crab. That's one thing. Or he's gonna go gank bot lane. Option 1, option 2. Those are the 2 options you have.
In this case, like my Raptors were not spawned, so he just can wait for them or like do option 1 and 2.
He is not gonna wait for the Raptors. He will check if they're up. He realizes they're not up. Okay, what can I do then? I can do bot scuttle or I can gank bot lane. In this situation, there is no point for you to take Crux either way, because you have a gold lead of 700 gold in items, which is equivalent to 20 AD. So you have 20 more AD than Pantheon has. So you're stronger than him.
So if I would look at the map and see that my Raptors are not up, so I should not start the golems right here. So I should path to the triple bush.
You can either path towards Tribush or you can sit on Scuttlecrab, because those are the only two options Pantheon have right now. If you think Pantheon is gonna go gank bot, sit on Tribush. If you think he's going for bot scuttle, go for bot scuttle. You should not do this right now. This is a passive play, and we should not play passive because we have double longsword. Pantheon hasn't reset yet.
Yeah, he hasn't reset it, so I'm way stronger than him.
Yes, and on top of that, you have bot prio. Sure, they have mid prio as well, but if the fight is happening in this side, then you win. If it's happening in this area, you lose. The closer the fight is to bot, the harder you win the fight. The closer it is to mid lane, potentially, if Talia rotates, the harder Pantheon wins. So there's no point in you playing passive here regardless. You should predict that Pantheon does either option 1 of ganking or 2 goes for farming. And either one of those you should prevent, because now you have tempo.
So either way, starting those are like the wrong decision. Yes. I should either way do like path to the scuttle or prevent my bot lane from ganking.
Yes, it's either go Tribush or bot scuttle. Obviously, you can't tell which one is Pantheon gonna do, so you just kind of have to guess. But either way, you're closer to bot side if you do bot scuttle or if you sit in Tribush. Both of these two are closer than standing here.
Yeah.
So you can react to this play faster and you can actually get a kill here. Exhaust, flash being used, we're winning the fight, right?
At this point, yeah. So we could have turned. Then I saw that the fight is kind of over. So I went to the Raptors.
Yes, but
then I wrote in the.
But this is again a passive play. If you go to Raptors, that's a passive play because you're still ahead. You don't know. Pantheon now has two options. He can recall,
he could reset,
or he can greed and say, okay, my Grump is respawning soon, but my wolves are up right now, so he might go for bot side camps.
So I could, in this place, because I know that he was pretty low, I should not go into my jungle. I should invade his jungle and do his camps, because then I pressure him to go topside, and then I can prevent him to do like plays on topside, because after I did his jungle camps, then I can just go to Raptors or look for a mid gank.
Yes, but you know he doesn't have flash. You saw he just used flash. He was low HP. If he recalls, then you get bot side camps. If he doesn't recall and goes for bot side camps, you get a kill. Because you have flash E. He doesn't have anything. So going Raptors here is too passive. Even going Scuttlecrab would be a little bit more aggressive, but it will still be too passive from the fact that you just won. You still have 20 gold or 20 AD lead on him. You are level 4. He's probably still level 3. And you don't know if he does either 1 or 2. Again, you don't know if he's going to recall or if he goes for the bot side camps. Because he has two options. Just like you don't know if he's going to go to gank bot lane for Tribush or if he goes for Scuttlecrab. But you should position yourself better to counter him. Right now, you're just letting Pantheon do whatever he wants. He was allowed to gank bot lane. Sure, he had to use his flash and whatever, but he should have been punished even harder. He should have potentially been dead from that. You now again allow Pantheon to potentially take his bot side camps. Potentially allow him to still take the bot scuttle because you're pathing towards Raptors.
Yeah, I should play way more aggressive here.
Because either way, you're guaranteed something. If you go to Tribush and Pantheon goes, then you're guaranteed to be able to kill him. If you go towards Scuttlecrab, you're guaranteed to be able to both fight and take the bot scuttle, as long as it's closer towards bot than towards mid, because you had bot prior at the time. Same thing for if you invade him. Either you're guaranteed a kill on Pantheon, or you're guaranteed his bot side camps. Which are both better than going for your Raptors here.
Yeah.
So now when Pantheon comes fresh out of base, he's potentially stronger than you. Because he might have 10 AD more than you now, because you have 400 gold right now that you haven't spent. So fighting right now against the Pantheon is not as good as fighting when he was level 3, without having reset yet. This bot side gank is pretty good though.
Yeah, but like my bot lane didn't moved there. So I think if they move, then I can kill them.
Here you should focus the Sona.
On the Zona, yeah.
Don't
because
focus this. Because as we talked about, this guy has E.
Yeah, he can E.
This guy has less HP, less mana. So the combo you use here, you throw W into instant E, into auto, into Q. If we take this, you used your passive auto attack on Israel. Already here, you messed up. Already here, if they played properly, you're not gonna kill here.
If I would do that on Zona, then I would 100% get a kill, because on like based on her HP, she would even like have, I think, two blocks of life.
She's 294. This passive attack just did 73 plus 33 plus potential 7. I think this is from first strike proc. So she would then be, let's see, this is 100 and she will be roughly 170 HP after just one passive attack, and you still have E, W, Q, and auto attack. Because
she
you
would
use your
100%
passive,
do that.
because you use passive on Ezreal, you also use the W onto Ezreal. 2 of your abilities have already been used onto the wrong target. Here, this is already the reason why you can't kill.
How could I play that like different? I should use E into like passive proc on Sona, then EW on Sona, right? And then Q.
No, just WEQ auto. Do it, or WE auto Q. Do it really fast. It's about burst damage here. But the most important thing is just that you use the passive auto attack onto Sona. That is the difference between you killing and not killing. And because you didn't use the passive auto attack onto Sona, you don't kill. This has nothing to do with your bot lane. You could have done that all solo, regardless of her flashing or not. Yes, your bot lane doesn't follow, but they don't have to in order for you to get a kill. Potentially you get a double kill if they follow, but that's about it. You should always get a solo kill in that situation. 10 out of 10 times.
I could easily kill Sona.
Your timing summoner spells, this is good. I don't see a lot of people do this, even in Elo. This is good. Pantheon just died on top lane. What should you do?
Invade his jungle.
Yes, but jungle camp should win invade.
Mm. I I don't know. Like I think his top side should be up, but I don't know. Maybe recall and go bot lane because of blue spawning. So he just died on top side. So maybe he did his jungle camps on top side. So the better play here would be either way look for a mid gank because Kata's pushed, and maybe she gets engaged by Talia, or just do a like a fake gank mid and then go to his blue side.
I can tell you that he pathed like this.
Yeah.
So invading top is not good. Invading blue is the correct thing to do because it just spawned. And he is obviously gonna go down here because this is where he pathed from in the first place. He is obviously gonna go back here again, and then he's gonna clear upwards again. Therefore, we should invade blue. Going for this mid gank is also fine, because she's low HP. Potentially we can just dive her. Yeah, really good. Help the Katarina push.
Yeah, then I helped her pushing mid, so she can recall.
And then because we did this instead, we don't have to invade blue buff, because now we're less HP, so it's potentially risky. And we already did a good play, so we don't have to greed and overextend now. Instead, just farm up, get a good reset, get your Warhammer, get level 6, and look at play with a fresh base and your ulti, instead of greeding. Potentially going for mid gank into then gank or invading blue into diving bot lane or whatever. It's just too risky to do that, so. Again, this is kind of the same situation, right? You see Talia going. Where is Talia going to?
Bot lane. And Pantheon is bot lane like 100% as well, because he died just top lane, and then because of like his blue spawned, he should be bot lane as well.
So again, in this situation, position yourself towards what's going to happen. You see it happening. Stop doing this. Move into river, potentially go onto Talia. We're not going to win the bot fight because Pantheon ults and it's 4v3. But maybe we can kill Talia. That's the best thing we can do.
Yeah, and I wasted like 5 seconds or something like that on the on that, or more, like even 10 seconds.
Our bot lane we're going to die no matter what, because Pantheon ultis. But we could have cancelled the Talia ulti by damaging her, and then potentially killed her. Because she would have been in river, and the rest of the team would be in bot lane. If you then kill Talia, then you can escape through river and run towards mid lane. Your bot lane we're going to be dead. You can't save them because it's 4v3. But you can kill Talia and trade a kill back. Just like this. In this situation we don't win, so just run. I think you could have saved your flash if you just didn't have up. If you just pathed down and just ran away, I think you didn't have to flash. Because Pantheon wouldn't be in range to W you. The same thing here. We know that Pantheon is not alone here. And our lane cannot rotate, even though they're all on their tower, because there's a minion wave, we can't help here. Or they cannot help you. So there's no point in fighting this. As I talked about, no point in you greeding. You don't have ult, you don't have flash, you have 1500 gold. Why do you want to fight here?
I don't know, like I think I thought that like when I was in the bush, I thought that I can like burst him, because like he was pretty low life. And he was isolated, and I thought that I can just burst him down and then reset,
Yes,
or like do repulse and reset.
He has W to stun you.
Yeah.
He has E to block your damage. There's no need for you to greed here. Even if you could get this kill, it would be a bad play regardless. Because what can you do instead? Well, reset, get it back, spend this gold. You know his entire top side is up.
Take his top side, yeah.
Invade him on red. Be the first one to recall. If they then decide we're gonna take Drake, then how do you counter it?
I take Herald and then place it top or mid because usually Herald is more efficient because of the plates.
Exactly. You take Rift then, you trade. There's actually only 2 players left on top. You can get first tower. Now you're really far ahead. So there's no need for you to make this play right now because you don't have ult, you don't have flash, you have a lot of gold. When you don't have ulti, that limits the amount of plays you can do. When you don't have flash, that limits the amount of plays you can do. When you have a lot of gold you haven't spent, that limits the amount of plays that you can do. So this means if regardless of you winning here, it's bad.
So if I like let's say if I don't have flash but I have ult, this play wouldn't be efficient as well, right?
Yeah, because you still have a lot of gold you haven't spent.
Okay.
You are losing out right now on 40 AD.
Yeah, that's I could easily buy the hammer plus like maybe one more longsword.
Plus longsword, yeah. So you have 118 AD. If you reset, you could have 158. There's a big difference between these two numbers.
And also I could like have like taken this whole red side, then the Rift Herald, then this, like top lane scuttle is up. My whole top lane is up. I could take first tower. Then I think easily just if I did that, I think I would have my Duskblade and then maybe could kill him next time. Because I have my item and he has not.
What you should have done is reset, look to invade his top. You start with invading the red. You take the red buff, you realize, does Pantheon go here or not? If it doesn't go here, you then take his raptors. If it doesn't go by then you shouldn't take Crux because they take too long for you to kill. Then you take top scuttle or Rift Herald, and then the other one afterwards. Potentially look to make a play on top. Or you can just say I'm just gonna farm up. And then you just clear down again if you want to. Or you can just base and then go from base to bot lane. Right now we shouldn't make a play on bot lane. We're not looking to kill dragon. We're not looking to kill here. We're not looking to fight here. Because we cannot fight.
If you like invade the enemy jungler, are those like every time those 2 camps that you do? Like so you never even try to kill the golems?
No, because they take too long. They're really inefficient.
Yeah. I heard that as well. Like if you like counter gank, then always take the raptors or the buff.
This is something a challenger coach taught me. If you take his red and raptors, you are closer to making a play onto mid, but you're also closer towards your own jungle camps, both here and here. If you go to take Crux, then you're further away from all of your own jungle camps. Meaning if he invades you, you cannot stop him. If you take red raptors, you can stop him from taking your raptors. But if you go on his Crux, you cannot stop him from taking your raptors. So we're talking about if you invade here and you take 2 camps here and you secure 1 camp here, that means he only has 1 jungle camp left.
Yeah, and in that time when he passed top lane, I think I took my whole blue side, maybe took Rift Herald, and then I'm already on bot lane and I can make a play when he passed top lane to take inefficient golems, right?
I mean, there are unlimited plays right now you can do on top lane. You can do literally whatever you want. You have top prio, 3 jungle camps of his are up, 3 of your top side camps up, Rift Herald's up, Scuttlecrab is up. You can do literally whatever you want on top side right now. But you have to get there first. And you're not getting there first by dying here.
Yeah, and dying is the most bad thing ever because when I'm dead, I can't farm and get more gold. Like that's one thing I learned from like watching people. That like I don't need to have a lot of kills or something like that. Just not dying many times is way better for me.
Yes. But now enemy Pantheon just inted. So again, what are you doing?
I should just invade him because he's dead and I can 100% take his red side. And I'm just doing a passive play by just doing the golems.
Yes.
The wolves.
You have tempo on him right now, because he's dead. Came out of base fresh. So, invade his top side. Take away his red buff. Wait for him in the bush on red buff after you take it and kill him. Or take his raptors afterwards. Take Rift Herald afterwards. Again, the amount of plays you can make on top are unlimited. You're playing passive. What you just did is you took 2 jungle camps. You could have done 3 jungle camps as well. But he will also just do 2 or 3 jungle camps as well. You're just going even all the time.
And I could be like even, like way even further than him if I just didn't die on bot lane.
You could just take 2 of his jungle camps here, take this jungle camp, these 3 jungle camps. You would then have 1 jungle camp, you would have 2 of his, plus Rift Herald, plus Scuttle, plus your top side. 2, 3, 4, 6.
I had 2 chances to like just ruin his top side and I didn't do it. Oh my god.
Not that Rift Herald is bad here, but you could have taken his topside camps and then done Rift Herald. And then your own jungle camps afterwards. This is something people should realize. The best thing that you can do is counter jungle. Whenever you can counter jungle, you should always counter jungle, because it applies pressure.
Yeah.
If you can't do that, then you take neutral camps. That will be a Sculler Crab, and it will be Rift Herald and Dragon. If you cannot do this, you do this. If you cannot do that, then you just farm your own jungle. Because this is passive play. This is aggressive. This is still slightly aggressive. This is passive. You don't win by doing this. This will not win you the game. The more you do this, the more you do this, wins you the game.
Because like by doing his jungle, I also get like money, but I also like deny him the money, like the gold.
You are forcing him to essentially gank, and if he cannot gank a single lane, or if you are ready and saying, okay, he is forced to gank right now, I know he's going here, so he can only gank 1 of 2 lanes. Which lane is he most likely going to gank? You win that 2v2, and not only did you counter jungle him, you also counter ganked him, and then he can't do anything.
Yeah.
And this is again the trend, you're playing too passive. You've had 3 chances to play aggressive, so camera control, you need to look more at the lanes. You need to pay attention to when the enemy team is making a play and react to it, like instantly. And then play more aggressive. Because you have many opportunities to play aggressive. You just don't use them. And here again, you go on to Ezreal. It's easier for you to just go on to Sona. I know you kill here, but if Ezreal plays this properly,
then I don't kill him. No.
If he had flash E, he would have been out. But because he didn't use E and only used flash, he was dead. I don't know if we see him use E and that's why you go on him.
No, I don't see him.
No, I think he has E, he just doesn't use it.
He used it right there, right?
No,
like,
that was flash.
Oh, was it? Oh, that was flash, okay.
He uses flash. If he uses flash E, he's out. Sona doesn't have that option. She is dead regardless of her having flash, not having flash.
Yeah.
That's why, again, focus onto
save your kill.
Here, you should save the Herald, because there's no point in using Herald on 5 Plating's tower. Herald lasts for 3 minutes, and you took it at a minute ago. You took it at, say, 10:25. So you have it until 13:35 or 25. You used the Rift Herald.
I just I think like on this one I thought I can like top lane, like placing a top lane would be a waste because like there are not that many like what is it called, plates, right? So and also Katarina's bot side, so she's not mid, she can't do anything with that. So what I thought is placing it bot lane because Jinx is on the lane. Also like she gets gold from the tower, and also I have pressure to do Drake there.
Yes, but there's no point in using it. You use it at 11:29, which is a minute after. You still have 2 more minutes where you can hold on to Rift Herald. You can just take the dragon and then use it mid lane when Karina gets back into lane.
Yeah.
Because it's better for you to open mid than it is to open top.
Because if mid is open, then I have potential one guy who can like roam with me.
No, it's just it opens up the map the most.
So it's always more worth taking mid tower first than side lanes.
No, there's nothing that's always. It's better to use it on side lane if you can use it on side lane into a lane swap into then taking it. You use it on bot and you get tower bot, your bot can then rotate mid. With your mid, they can then take mid tower, then they can lane swap to top. But if they can't do that, if enemy team just have too good wave clear, or if your bot lane is too far behind, then you shouldn't do it. But here, we should not use Rift Herald because you're using it on 5 platings. Better to use it on 4, 3, or 2 platings.
Because I get the tower with the Herald then. And potentially it can charge on the second tower as well.
It doesn't really matter if you charge on second tower, you just want the gold. But here the issue is, you usually get on 5 platings. At most you get 3 platings. But you don't get any tower.
So it would be more, or the better play would be if I take the one plate and then use it afterwards.
I mean, yeah, if you take 1 plating and then use the Rift Herald, that would be also better than this. But in this situation, yeah. I don't think you should use the Rift Herald at all. I think you should just take this play, and then you could look to do Dragon if Jinx is willing to rotate. If she's not willing to rotate, then reset, you just give this Dragon. Because, look at this. We kill Ezreal, that's good. We get further ahead. Okay, so it
then I could easily do.
Ended up being 1 for 2 trade, because top lane also died. But now, what happens after all of this? Katarina dies. Now it's 1 for 3 so far. This is what happened. 1 for 3. Well, it was 1 for 2. Technically 1 for 1. It was 1 for 1 on bot side. Then your top laner died, so it was 1 for 2. Then we decide to greed. It then becomes 1 for 3, 2 for 4, 3 for 4, 3 for 5. You got aced. You got a dragon, but you got aced. That's not worth it.
The dragon is not worth until it's sold, I think, right?
You should contest 3rd and 4th dragon depending on team comp. So there's no point in fighting again this much because You kill Ezreal, okay, that's fine. Now you don't have ulti. You also don't have smite. Can we
I
fight?
just get the break.
No. Can we take the dragon? Potentially. But we need more members here to do it. And because we're doing it on vision, the enemy team will come and contest. And you have to assume that Pantheon has smite. So in this situation, we don't have to take this dragon. We don't have to use Rift. We don't even have to take the dragon.
What would be better in this one? Just reset.
Just
And then
farm
go
up or
maybe-
reset. If you reset and then they start dragon, then you can potentially be the one that flanks them and then go on them. And then you kill them.
Yeah.
Might even be 3 for 6 because Senna dies again. Yeah, it's 3 for 6. Way better to just say, okay, 1 for 1 on bot side, 1 for 2 overall because top lane died. That's fine. We can still use the Rift ult. If they take the dragon, they can get it. Still the first dragon of the game. This drag has no impact on the game. But those 6 kills, they do have an impact on the game. Here you see Pantheon on top. So what should we do?
Maybe look for bot lane gank with the because my bot lane is coming right here, or invade his bot lane jungle.
Skip the Crux. Go gank Ezreal. You know he doesn't have flash. Right now you're letting Ezreal farm. Ezreal just farming. You can go kill him. You know he doesn't have flash. You have 2 dashes. He only has 1. He only has E. And you also have bonus movement speed on your ult. But you let him farm, push in the wave, and then you let him reset. So again, play more aggressive here. Just go and gank bot lane. Even if Sona is there, then you can just bait it. Because you know your bot lane is coming. This is a good control word. I like this. Take away his blue, that's good. Take away his grump, this is also good. Can we dive this bot lane here in this situation?
No, because Sona could have ult.
It's not because Sona has ult, it's because we don't have vision of Pantheon anymore, we don't have vision of Talia anymore.
Yeah, that's cool.
If Sona has ult, that is more or less irrelevant as long as we have the wave on their tower. You just don't want to use your E to go in, you want to use it to get out. And then it doesn't matter if Sona has ult or not. But because we don't have vision on Pantheon Talia, we cannot dive this. But then they step out of the tower, and then you can just kill here. Here is the Talia. Get out, we get out, we get out. Good. This was good.
And then I think she died there. So I just went to Raptors. Then I saw Pantheon top lane again.
Yeah, see Pantheon top. What should you do here?
Do the wolves, because I already like take his whole bot side jungle, and maybe try to take his Raptors.
You have many options. You know, 2 people are top. Fuck top lane. Don't make anything on top. You can help Karina push mid to get tower. You can go take the wolves. You can go kill Talia if she pushes the wave. You can go sit and wait for Talia to move back into mid lane and kill her. Because 2 people are in base, 2 people are top. There's only Talia right now, and she's on bot side of the map. And she's not gonna stay on bot side the entire time. She's either gonna shove out bot lane and push bot lane in, so that you can go kill her. Or she's gonna push bot lane, rotate back into mid, or she's gonna push bot lane and recall. 2 out of 3 of those situations, you kill the Talia.
Yeah.
So what does she end up doing?
I do passive play again.
Yes. We should definitely not take our own raptors. But you see how Talia is pushing? She pushed in the wave.
Yeah.
Even if
I
Talia
could-
decided to just recall and you don't get a kill, you get a full wave of golden experience here on bot side. But look, she's pushing. She's pushing by herself. What is she doing there? She's literally running it down.
Yeah, I could easily kill her and take the bot lane farm, and then even could like do my raptors, because like Pantheon was top lane, and there is no way that he can even like do the raptors. So the better play would be like try to kill Talia, take bot lane farm, and then do raptors.
It's again, as I said, you have many different options in this situation. You just need to think about what is the best option. You can push mid with Katarina. You need to take a look at the mid lane tower. Does she need help pushing? Because getting first tower, that's pretty important. If you can be the difference between you getting first tower and you not getting it, you should go mid. If she doesn't need you in mid, you're like, she can get that all by herself. Fine. You let her do that, you go make a solo play. That solo play should still be on bot side of the map. It should not be Raptors, because that's passive play. You can counter jungle, that's okay. But that's not better than going to bot lane wave. Because bot lane wave, there's Talia all by herself that you can kill. And if you can't kill her, then you can take the bot lane farm, which is worth more gold and more experience than the wolf camp.
Yeah.
So think about what is the enemy gonna do. You've seen Pantheon do it many times on vision. You let him gank. You let him farm. Same thing for Talia. You see her rotate. You're just farming. Same thing here. You know Talia is gonna do one of 3 things. Push bot lane in and go for tower. Push bot lane in, rotate to mid. Or push bot lane in and recall. 2 out of 3 situations you can punish Talia. But even if you can't punish Talia, you know you're still gonna get bot farm. It's guaranteed that you get something out of going bot lane. But you go into Raptors. And yeah, obviously Karina didn't need help with the tower. So the correct play would be what's worse bot lane. But it's about thinking. It's about using the camera control, getting that information and using it. Because I can't tell which play is the best if we're not looking at mid and seeing the HP of the tower.
Yeah.
And then let's also talk about build here. So going for Duskblade, completely fine. Either Duskblade or Eclipse. Here you should go Mercs because they have Talia with stun, Pantheon with stun, Sona with stun. So Mercs, more important. So you either go play the Seal Caps or Mercs. You don't need CDR boots on Kha Zix. Then next up, usually people go Ghostblade, but because of Umbral Glaive buff, you now replace Ghostblade with Umbral Glaive. So if you ever want to go Ghostblade, you go Umbral Glaive. But in this situation, you need to think, could there be a different item that's more important? So, Executioners, do we need this item?
You mean anti-heal, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Sona can heal. And I think that only Sona can heal. So I don't know if it's a good buy, like after second item, or like for second item.
It's just a question if do you need it right now or do you not need it right now?
I think right now I don't need it because my damage is like I have way more damage than she can heal.
Exactly. It doesn't matter. You kill them faster than they have time to heal, so you don't need that item. You need Serpent's Fang.
Not really. Like they don't have shields really.
No. So
Maybe
you don't
just
need this item.
Oh.
You need Edge of Night.
Would be a good buy, just because I can prevent maybe Sona ulti, maybe I can prevent knock up from Talia.
It's a good buy because it can stop Pantheon stun. And it
Yeah,
can
and that
block
is
and
fun.
poison abilities. So the question is, which item are we going for? Are we going Umbral? Or are we going Edge of Night?
Like in this case, I would go Edge of Night and then Umbral.
Exactly. Because Edge of Night has value. Playing it
It
against a
gives
different
me
comp, you don't need Edge of Night. Then you go Umbral. In a different game, you don't need Umbral because you need Executioners. In a different game, you don't need Executioners, you need Serpent's Wing. Right now, Ghostblade is not a core item anymore because it has been replaced by Umbral Glaive. So if you ever want to go Ghostblade, you now go Umbral Glaive instead. See Pantheon is dead. What should we do?
invade again and take his jungle.
What should we invade?
Probably top side. Or maybe like bot side because like bot side is spawning again. So I could start like because I'm closer to bot side and my bot side has prio. I should do his bot side and then go to my top side and maybe look for his top side jungle.
The thing is that we actually already see Pantheon on bot by the time we're in base. You see him here. So, you need to take the decision. Can you make it to bot lane and have an impact on bot lane? In time.
Right now, I think not because I'm like waiting for the item.
You're too far away even if you don't wait for the item. You can't make a play here. Yeah. So, again, bot lane, fuck that. What can we do on top lane?
I can help either push Renekton on the tower, like help him push the tower, or I could counter jungle him.
Set up for tower, counter jungle these two jungle camps, set up for Rift that spawns in less than a minute, set up for Scuttercrab that spawns in less than a minute, cover for the Jinx who is farming in mid lane all by herself.
Yep.
Many options. Which one is the best? Probably just help the Jinx because she is all by herself. Cover for her for a little bit. And then set up for that Scuttercrab into Rift Herald. Farm up to level 11. Look for some pushing. Potentially just take that top tower with the Rift Herald, right? Because you're too far away here. Like, you see Pantheon on bot. And we are going to bot lane. But you cannot make the in time.
Yeah.
And again, Scuttercrab is up now. Rift Herald is up. Their bot lane is still pushing, right? They are still two people in mid, so it's not that it's a free kill, but potentially you can kill them, right? Like if they misplay and you get isolation damage, you kill them. And especially with Umbral Glaive, if you had Umbral Glaive, you would clear the wards really fast, and you would also be able to check if they have vision or not in that top side area. You end up counter jungling on bot side, but Pantheon is here by the time, so it's not that this is bad, this is like an okay play, but doing this on top side is better.
Yeah.
Because you could have taken Scuttercrab, you could have taken Rift Herald, you could have been level 11 by now, you could have taken that top tower, and you could then have said, okay, I'm gonna recall now and prepare for the dragon that spawns now. So you could have Rift and Drake by now, instead of just Drake. You W evolve, this is good. And they trade a top tower for it. It is what it is. We can get top tower back eventually as well, so it's not too bad. Get a kill in mid. This fight in mid lane, it's a bit unnecessary, right, from the team. You could argue that oh, you want to go with the team, but the only thing you can realistically do is you can just press W on the enemy team to prevent them from maybe killing your teammates.
Yeah, I wanted to join them, but then I saw like that the fight is over, so I decided just go for this, for the herald instead. But then I had no prio taking that, and then I saw Wukong and Talia, so I couldn't take the herald. But I think like I don't know what would be better, like what would be the better play here. Take the heralds and die for it, or just go out. And like I decided just to go out and maybe look for a flank here.
There's no point in dying, but as I said, you could have Rift and Drake already by now.
Yeah,
so that this
because
situation would not happen.
if I didn't take my golems and just move top lane because I had prior top lane, then I could prevent that situation from happening.
Right now, there's not really anything on the map. Drake is down, Rift Herald is down, Baron is coming up soon, so only thing you should keep in mind is that by the time Baron is up, you don't want to show yourself on bot side. So you don't want to go and farm bot lane when Baron is up. Besides that, there's not really anything you have to do right now on the map. You can look for plays with your ult and whatnot, but it's not that you have to do anything. Right now, you could just farm and then get some more gold, get a few more items. Not that you have to do anything. You don't have to be on a specific side of the map. You don't have to do anything right now. It's just if you see something that's free, then you can do it. And again, yeah, going Edge of Night here into Umbral would be a lot better. It would have a way bigger impact than this Ghostblade. All of these fights are more or less irrelevant. This will just happen in low elo because people don't know how to play. And they will just fight if they don't see anything to do, then they're like, ah, there's nothing I can do, I guess I just want to fight then.
Yeah.
So they're pointless. They're not game changing. They're just completely random. Here, setting up for Drake is pretty good. Only thing you need to make sure is that they don't trade Baron for Drake, so some vision would be nice. And then yeah, besides that, just stay alive until Drake is up. And then take the dragon whenever it spawns. So being on bot side of the map right now is where you're supposed to be. Yeah, again, Edge of Night. And now because you're dead, you lose the dragon.
Yeah. How much gold is Umbral and how much is Ghostblade? I think that 2k, like 2,800 or something like that, right?
Ghostblade is 2.9 or 3k. Umbral Glaive is 2.3.
2.3?
Yes.
Holy fuck. So if I just went for Umbral, I could have Edge of Night by the time when we are on Drake.
Yes. And it counts as a legendary item, so you get the Duskblade mythic legendary passive.
Oh.
That's why I said
like-
that every time you want to go Ghostblade, you now go Umbral Glaive instead.
Yeah. Like I personally think that that this game is a good game for me to learn the most of it, because I played like okay, I think, but I felt that I could have done way more in this game.
Yep, well, you could have changed. Like, it's not that you're playing bad, it's just that you're not playing good. Like, you're just playing average.
Yeah, like I think for me it's not the mechanics on Kha Zix. I think for me it's like the decision making
Yes.
that I'm bad in.
It will be like that for almost any champion. The only champions where mechanics matter are Nidalee and Lee Sin and stuff like that. For every other champion in the jungle, it's all about game knowledge. I could put you on 200 Kha Zix games, and that will give you less elo than if we focus on 200 games of game knowledge. Even if you played only 50 games of Kha Zix, let's say you played 50 games of 4 different champions, you would still be a better Kha Zix player if you understand the game, like the jungle role and game knowledge better.
Yeah, to learn like what to do and what would be the most efficient thing, because efficiency is the like the key to win games.
The only thing playing more Kha Zix games will do for you is you learn matchups and you will practice mechanics. But mechanics, there are not that many combos in Kha Zix you need to learn, and matchups are not the reason why you win the game. They can be part of it, but you can win in a bad matchup, just like you can lose in a good matchup.
Yeah.
The difference is game knowledge.
Would like if Ezreal would be alone there, I think I can easily burst him.
Yeah, then you kill him. But because he's not alone, then
And like I knew that they like did Baron, so I just tried to do something here. Maybe like, yeah, and then I just died.
here it all depends on. So right now we don't have any vision. So the first step is to get some type of vision.
Yeah.
We have Senna ult for vision, Jinx ult for vision. That's relying on your teammates. If you want to get vision yourself, you can go down here and use that vision cone, or you can go up here, make it to up here, try bush, W over the wall for vision. But the vision cone at the time is not up. So the best play for you is to take blast cone over here, walk up to try bush, W over the wall, get ready for E-smite.
Yeah. Then I thought I could maybe kill the Zona if she if she moves down. Then I forget like to do that, and I tried to move bot lane, but they warded it.
Right now, it's just all about defending. Waiting until
Yeah,
the bear
because
buff is
they have
over.
Baron. Yeah.
Potentially we have to give up this dragon as well, but that's fine because it's again not game changing. It would be nice for you to get so that you're on soul point, but them getting it is not game changing. Better to let them get Drake and not give them any more gold than contesting Drake and give them more gold. Even if you get the Drake, if you just give them more gold, that would be bad. So yeah, just give them the Drake and defend.
Like I think, or like what I thought is that we can win this fight if my mates moved up on the top side, but they didn't move up.
There's just no point to taking this fight because they have full vision prior. You are gonna be walking into their vision.
Mm.
And they have Pantheon W and Talia W to just catch you off guard. Zona ulti even, if needed. Wukong ulti, like. And we start building into Cyrildas, this is good. I would do the same.
I feel like Sirius is like a must item on Kha Zix, like especially with the W evolve, then you slow so many people.
Your W already slows, but yeah, I get
Like
the
extra
point.
slow.
Well, they don't stack, but it's just the duration of the slow are different on the item and the W. But the slows doesn't stack.
I also saw like a lot of people playing Prowlers, but I don't know. I don't get used to this item.
This is the different playstyle. It's with R evolve, but yeah, it's pretty good. So.
Also, like I don't know if my playstyle is still available for the duration update, right? Because like when the durability update comes, like there are like some champions that are untouched. Like I think Rengar is untouched, and like 2 or 3 of them as well. I just saw Wendrill. Is that his name? Like the YouTuber.
I don't know.
He posted a video of like 80 champions getting like nerfed, like all heal and shields getting nerfed from like over 18 champions.
Yes, this is the entire durability patch, but it's tough to say what it will change. That just takes a long time to figure out. You can try and
like,
predict it as much as you want, but
I feel like that a lot of people will play something uh like Vayne, Garen, like true damage champions overall. Fiora maybe.
it will be more late game focused.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking is like, is it still like worth to play like damage like or like burst Kha Zix, or is it maybe better to switch to bruiser Kha Zix like Agurin, because the fights will start to take or like to the fights will be a little longer, so maybe bruiser Kha Zix is better.
Potentially, that's what happened last time. Again, tough to say. Then yeah, at this point, the Renekton pick has just been outscaled, as we talked about. Jinx and Senna are late game, but they're behind. And overall, we are just too far behind to fight. And that's why we lose. But the game would not have been this long if you just played more aggressive.
Yeah, I would end the game like, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes ago if I just played more efficient than what I did there, because I could deny him so many CS or like so many gold if I just invade him.
Yeah. Basically, these last fights are irrelevant if you just change up the playstyle to what I told you. Then these team fights will just not happen, and if they do happen, then you will win them a lot harder because you will have a gold lead and experience lead and just overall lead, right? But when they start getting Baron and multiple Drakes and we start losing multiple team fights in a row, then the game is just over. So yeah, do you have any questions?
No, not really. Like, just I think I know that what I need to focus on, and that's like play more aggressive and see what resources I can do or have and what I can take.
Yeah, and then camera control as well, and then reacting to different plays. And then not playing as passive whenever you have a lead or tempo advantage.
So is warding the buffs always better than like what I did on the beginning?
It's not that it's always better, it's just that when you're playing against a champ, like warding on Raptors is better against a champion that will do Raptors, and if the enemy jungler starts on blue. if they start on red buff, it's better to just ward the red buff to get the confirmation of where does the enemy jungler start. It's a small difference, and in some games it will make that difference, in other games it's irrelevant, but yeah. All depends on the type of jungler that you're playing against and how you think he will clear.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Then I will try to work on those and see how I will improve on it.
Yep, sounds good.